Welcome to Planet Pluto.
Bravo, bravo, bravo. Whoop, whoop. Tango, tango, tango. Hey, hey. What's happening, blacks? Hey, how y'all doing out there? Y'all know who it is, right? It's me, your homegirl, Ladosha, Wright, a.k.a. Key Lolo, coming to you live and direct from Cleveland, Ohio. We are about 96 episodes in. I think 96 episodes. Yeah, 96 episodes in on Planet Pluto Pseudo right here on America's favorite podcast about Afro hair. Though tonight we're going to be talking about fingernails. And again, I'm Ladosha Wright. And right over there, y'all know who that is. Y'all better y'all know who that is. Look at that her. Look at that her. It's Cheryl Morrow, aka the Hair Oracle. What's happening, y'all? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? We 96 episodes in, and tonight it is all about, is your nail salon putting you at risk? We have a wonderful guest who is going to do a phenomenal job at helping us understand what it means to have a safe salon when it comes to nails and feet care. So you are officially on Planet Pluto Pseudo. And this particular podcast, in case you are just joining us, welcome, is specifically for licensed barber and beauty professionals, including cosmetologists, trichologists, nail techs, barbers, makeup artists, estheticians, natural hair stylists, you name it. This is what we do here. And of course, our hair care and beauty aficionados. So if you are a hair nerd or beauty nerd or a junkie, then this is the podcast for you. I'm Ladosha Wright, a real live cosmetologist right here in Cleveland, Ohio. I'm also a salon owner. I'm an Afro hair activist, a hip hop junkie. I am going to see the Blast Master on Saturday. Oh, and Cheryl Morrow is the heiress to the California Curl Empire. She is also the editor-in-chief of SD Monitor News. Absolutely. She's a cosmetic trichologist. She's an author. She's my BMF. So if beauty is your name or your game, then Afro Hair Science podcast is where you want to be, because again, this is America's favorite podcast about Afro hair. No other podcast is keeping it 100 like me and Cheryl. Ain't that right, Cheryl?
No, they're not kicking it like that.
I ain't kicking it. We see y'all over on IG. What's up, Instagram? What's up, Instagram? How y'all doing over there on IG, okay? Instagram is kicking it. They doing good. They up there like, hey, y'all, how y'all doing? So finally, Instagram is working. And usually it's not working, but that's okay. It's working now. My brother is in the building. LB is in the building. We got Real Roots is in the building. We got Chris. Chris is out there without me in the building. Chrissy, where you at? She's somewhere having a good time. Real Roots, where you at? Everybody drop what city where y'all from. So we're going to have a good time tonight with Miss Tiffany. And so Tiffany is my home girl. I love this girl. She trained me. She trained the people in the hair salon. Like she's that nail tech. You know how they say, if nail tech was a person, Tiffany, she is Yeah, she all that in a bag of nail polish. And you know that's pretty dope.
We love a bag of nail polish, right?
Ain't nothing like a bag of nail. Forget them chips. If you got a bag of nail polish, then drop a nail polish emoji in the chat if you know about. Oh, our virtual co-host just came in. What's up, Wike? How you doing? Of course, y'all know I did my nails. I was like, I'm not gonna be talking to Tiffany without my nails.
Yeah, but they hanging on in there.
Tiffany is not going to be trying to get out on me like that. I can't put my toe. I'm too fat. I will put my toes up here, but you know, I can't get my leg up there. So anywho, that's a whole nother, Yes, I did color my hair. I got my hair color on Sunday. Yes, I'm looking real crude out here in these YouTube streets. and these Facebook houses, you know what I'm saying, and these Instagram hotels, and these LinkedIn lofts. How's that show? That sounds good, didn't it? LinkedIn lofts. Okay.
LinkedIn law sauce.
LinkedIn lofts. What's up, LinkedIn? How you doing over there? LinkedIn was rocking it with us on Monday. I'm always excited when LinkedIn come in. That's like
LinkedIn is a special kind of crew.
Columbia, South Carolina. I don't know why I can't be like North Carolina. I'm gonna get it right. Yate. Yeah. South Carolina, but I keep messing it up. Hey, I'm still trying to get into this Gilded, series. It's just so if you blink your eye, you're like, what happened? I just got to pay attention. I have bad attention, but I know one thing: it's really hoity-toity. So LinkedIn is like the hoity-toity, of the social media. Yeah, what's up, LinkedIn? Y'all like real hoity-toity, but that's okay, LinkedIn. So they got to go a little hood on it, right there, right, LinkedIn. LinkedIn, like whatever. Oh my goodness, Ladosha is just so urban.
Just go on, just
so urban. Check this out. Did you know United States is withdrawn from UNESCO?
Oh, we're so tacky.
Who withdraws from UNESCO? I mean, come on now, dog. Come on now, man. Who withdraws from UNESCO? People be trying to get on UNESCO, try to get in UNESCO.
Aren't we just embarrassed? Oh,
we are just.
God. I don't even want to go nowhere for 4 years. Don't even want to go out.
We just trifling. In case you don't know what UNESCO stands for, I wrote it down. United Nations Education, Scientific, and Cultural Organization. These are the people that they ordain heritage sites. They ordain things to be authentic. They ordain hip hop. UNESCO identified the three, because y'all know I'm a hip hop junkie. You got to have break dance, you got to have graffiti, and you got to have MCing. So, I mean, UNESCO is all of that. But I guess they no, they don't is it multi-unilateralism or something like that? They don't like the whole United States is against multicultural, interdependence, love.
Anything cultural.
Anything where we got to mix and get together.
Yeah, it's bad. We're in that.
That's all right. But me and sure got our own UNESCO. Don't worry. Oh, right. R.I.P. Chuck Mangione is now an ancestor.
And so is Hulk Hogan.
Man, at Hulk Hogan, because he was all on Donald Trump.
Let me tell you something. Chuck Mangione and that Olympic soundtrack, he was the official.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, that was Herb Albert.
Yeah, Herb Albert. But he did do the Biggie beat. Everybody was like, Biggie, Biggie, Biggie. Chuck Mangione used to be the man with that little hat on. He had a little whore. If you black, if you don't know who Chuck Mangione is.
No, Chuck Mangione had a string of hits. And then
you ain't black. We just gonna go ahead on and say it. If you do not know who Chuck Mangione, I said Chuck Mangione, but I'm from the projects, leave me alone. I'm talking about me. I talk about everybody in the project. I'm talking about me. I thought it was Chuck Mangione, but today I learned it's Chuck Mangione. Okay, but he was the man. He would be on Don Cushner's rock show. Everybody loved Chuck Mangione. Y'all, hey, if y'all don't know who he is, go listen to some of his music. He is the man.
Yeah, Chuck Mangione.
Yeah, we heard about the Hulkster. My kids used to love Hulk Hogan. When he was what was that he was in? What was that? He was like a wrestler or something like that?
Yeah, he was in that WWF book.
Yeah, and he used to have that, blonde or what. I really didn't. I don't know. I ain't give it. I like the old school wrestling. Remember they used to have a midget?
It was. Well, Hulk Hogan was, was old school.
And Andre
the Giant.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Rowdy Piper.
Oh yeah, and remember Ric Flair, Pretty Boy. Woo, woo, Nature Boy, Pretty Boy. What y'all know about Nature Boy?
Jesse Body Ventura.
Oh yeah, and they used to have the little midgets. That's was before all of them, the little midget. I'm sorry, that's not nice.
The
little people.
Oh my God.
Okay, but they used to be wrestlers. Hey, midgets are people too. You know, we gotta stop acting like that. But midgets was like getting their money, okay? What's up, Curtis Rutledge? What's up, Reggie Reg? Can I just say this right quick, Reggie? Reggie, we went to high school. Well, he was my cousins and them. He went to high school with my cousins, but he was like our homeboy, right? So whenever Reggie would come through, because Reggie joined the, I had to put all your business out there, Reggie Reg. But anywho, he was in the military and everything, right? So when he would come up, we were like this. Reggie, Reggie. Reggie was the boy. He had a little freckle. All the girls used to have a little crush on Reggie. What's up, Reggie Reg and his brother? You know, they was all cute and everything. You know what I'm saying? So, Reg, it's nice to see you in the chat. We used to go up to Virginia Beach and party with them like rock stars. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's my homie Reggie Reg. It's so nice to see you in the chat. So we're going to get ready to bring in our wonderful guest. Her name is Tiffany Jones. And tonight the topic is about, is your nail salon putting you at risk? Now, look at Dusty Rose. There you go. Okay, we got some wrestle people in the house. Oh, yeah.
Real
Forgot about that. Yeah. So Tiffany is going to help us navigate through this conversation about, is your nail salon putting you at risk? So we had a guest, we'll call her Auntie, okay? And so Auntie would come up and see us from Portland, up there in Washington, up in the West Coast. And she was always fly. Her nails would be done. She would have her wigs. And I mean, she is just like all of that. Her cousin comes to the salon. And so her nails was always done. I mean, this lady was like put together. And she went to a salon and ended up with an infection. And I got some videos. She gave me permission to share them with you, with everybody on the chat tonight. And Tiffany is going to help us understand a lot more into details about why, a safe nail salon is really, really important. It's underrated, and people are always, showing off the nail art, not knocking any of that. But I have seen some stuff on social media, and I'm like, ooh, Stapler gonna get y'all. And so our industry is really known for, keeping the public safe, but sometimes people don't always do that. And so Tiffany is going to help us understand why it's important to visit a salon, patronize a nail salon that provides a safe, space for you to get your nail service. She's also going to tell you, what to look for and what your responsibility is as a consumer, because we also bear responsibility when we go into these places. She's also a dear friend of mine. She's the educator. I mean, she's a grandma. She's like everything and then some. I love her with all my heart. We also worked at Outreach together. I got to put on our business out there like that. You know what? Tiffany don't mind me putting our business out. Like, I love Tiffany. Okay. So we're going to get ready. So y'all know what we got to do when we welcome our family into the chat. Get your hand clap emojis together. I'm going to go to the sound effects, and we are going to give Tiffany our good old fashioned Afro Hair Science YouTube channel welcome and get this hand clap going. If I can find it, right? It's on here somewhere. I know it. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. So everybody get your hand clap emojis in the chat as I bring in the one and only, the illustrious Miss Tiffany Jones, the founder of Nail Techs United. She is truly a nail tech extraordinaire, and she's also a good friend of mine. So come on, y'all, put your hands together. We about to have a good time tonight. Here we go. Here we go. Bam! There her is. There she is. There look like nobody grandma did. Y'all cute little ponytail. I love you, Tiffany. Come on, y'all. Come on now. We about to have a good time tonight. Now, in case you guys are wondering, there we go. One good more. That's right. We are so excited to have you on. I was hitting Tiffany up like last year. I was like, Tiffany, it's almost time. She's like, don't you quit texting me. I told Tiffany, you will come on. But no, Tiffany, I got mad love for you, don't you?
Yeah, I do. And it's the same way. People don't understand. I say, look, it's two people you don't talk. It's three people: Mary J. Blige, Ladosha, and Whitney Houston. Them people, they didn't do no wrong. As I feel like that's my period.
And I'm the same way. Me and
Love.
Tiffany.
It's what
me-
love is better than love. That's what it is. With
I'm
me.
talking about me and Tiffany. We'll get together. We'd be like Eric B. Speaking of a master plan.
Yes.
Just slap my hand. We booked up out that social service like it wasn't nothing. Tiffany,
Yeah.
like we passed that baton. They was like, "What Tiffany and Dosha go?" We was like, "Skirt."
And you know, Ladosha, I do have to tell you though, I was just talking about you the other day because I was giving my salon history of salons. And I don't know if I ever told you, but your salon was this one of the safest salon I worked in. Besides, like I'm talking like, let's see, before I opened my shop, after I opened my shop, when I decided to figure out that I wanted to close it, your salon was the safest for many reasons. And I was telling somebody about it just the other day. I was like, she finally made me feel like I could work in the salon with others.
Aw, that's so sweet.
I
We
keep
tried to roll
telling
out the
her,
red.
Tiffany, that she is an excellent,
Mm-hmm.
excellent.
Now y'all know I paid them to say all this. I just want to let y'all know I gave them some food stamps and everything. You know, sure. I'll be trying to use that little EBT card. Okay. No, but no, it was an honor to have you, like, you educate us. We're gonna talk a little bit about that. So tonight again, guys, we are officially 96 episodes in, and tonight it's about, is your nail salon putting you at risk? And here on the Afro Hair Science YouTube channel, we have made it our, just our everything to really show some love and show another side of the barber and beauty industry. I mean, we're fun. We like to have a good time. We like to look good, but we're also very intelligent people, and we love the public, and we like to bring experts on because I know y'all think me and Short are the smartest people in the industry. But after y'all talk to Tiffany tonight, y'all gonna realize those sure don't know Jack Ruby. All right. And so no, we want to show some love and get everybody educated. Everybody that we bring on to the platform, you guys are more than welcome to reach out to them. Everybody is an educator, a consultant, a mentor in some capacity. So if you want to go back through our archive of interviews and you want to reach out to these people, please reach out. Tiffany is definitely one of the people that you can reach out. If you are an aspiring nail tech, or as we learned last week with Miss Angee, if you've been doing nails for 25 years and you're not getting any more education, you feel a little isolated, which me and Tiffany, we talk about that a lot, which I'm glad that she's my friend, because when you're a business owner, sometimes you feel very alone. Tiffany is definitely one of those people who can do that. So, and help you out. So what I'm going to do before we get into the topic, I am going to read her bio. It's a mini bio. So you guys can know of who she is. She's not just my home girl, my jig, my germ, my jelly preserve. She truly is a licensed professional nail tech, and she's an educator as well. So let me just break down a little bit more about Tiffany per her mini bio. So Tiffany Jones is a licensed manicurist, mentor, and nail educator with 20 plus years experience in the beauty industry. She's the founder of Nail Illusions, Nail Salon, and Nail Techs Unite, a wonderful organization. I would go to her. Man, that was like everything. Oh my God. A platform dedicated to educating and connecting. Did y'all hear that? And connecting nail professionals. Tiffany has taught state certified continuing education, trained nail techs nationwide, including RDT Hair Salon. Yep, she introduced us to the CND. Jail was just, Tiffany had us up before, we was all beforehand. We was up in there, okay? So she'll get you together, get you ahead of the curve for sure. She is passionate about helping others. This is truly, truly true. Build six-figure careers in nails. Licensed in Ohio and now Georgia. So Georgia has her now, but it's okay. I'm gonna get on that airplane and go see my homegirl. She's committed to inspiring the next generation of nail bosses, and I'm here to tell you that is not a joke. Like, she really, really does that. And so, again, thank you so much, Tiffany, for coming on and helping us with this. This is a difficult topic. is putting your is your nail salon putting you at risk? So let's kind of start off with a little bit about yourself and how you got into nails and your standards of excellence. Like, how did you come about, to create something in our industry where you raise the bar?
Well, I basically became the person that I needed, and so when I got licensed, I had I tell you, I did have some mentors because the industry was just getting popular. So I can't say that I really was blessed to have a few people to like hold my hand along the way when I decided I was gonna go to school.
Mm-hmm.
And, a mentor only holds your hand for so long, right? And so then good one, yeah. Well, most of them, because some people only meant to take you so far. And so I'm sorry, I got a grandkid, so if you hear that's
that's okay. I
them babies too.
So I had and not in a bad way. Like when I decided to do nails, I was in college. And I decided because I wanted to work for myself. Like I wanted to be able to study and I wanted to be able to I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I come from two of them. My mother and father was both entrepreneurs. So I'm like, okay, if I do nails, I can study. I won't have to be at nobody's job. It was, I just wanted to be that. And so then I had one mentor who was doing nails in college too. And so then, like I say, she walked me through the whole the whole thing as far as how to get licensed. And so in college, I went ahead, got licensed, and then so I had some mentors. I'll say that. You get where I'm coming from. I'm not
okay.
So I knew how to, because I had experienced that, I knew how to be them. And so which is the reason why I kind of felt like I'm sorry, let me do this. Just a little bit. Thank you. So this is the reason why. Okay, so I came to Atlanta, right? And I started doing Bronner Brothers shows. Like me and Ladosha like I'm a conversationalist. I'm gonna get to know you, like, because I'm a come from owners and I'm an owner. I knew the importance of like networking. So I've always been the kind of person like, if you own the business, let's figure this out. Like, let's powwow, even if you're in a different industry. Like, so I just basically went to Atlanta and I started talking to some people who was doing nails platforming. So I started doing that. So I had a lot of love shown to me in the beginning, right?
Okay.
But when I come back to Cleveland, we were kind of separated to the point, I think, where the pivotal moment where I decided to do Nail Tech Unite, it was decided because it was already in my heart because I felt like connected. And I'm like, why? But what happened was I had went to a nail tech photo shoot and I only knew like one person, which was odd because everybody knows me as a person that I do nails. So I only knew one girl. It was like 8 of us. And then just listening to the conversation, we had a disconnection from 2 east sides. So I just explained it to you like this. Cleveland has the east and a west.
Right.
But we had, these girls was from like Euclid and Cleveland Heights. They didn't even know who the nail people were on the same side of town, like 10 minutes down the street.
Wow.
And so I'm like, wait a minute, I got to do something about this. Right. So I just became the person that I needed. And so that's how I ended up creating Nail Tech Unite. I initially started, I said, well, a lot of people gave me a lot of compliments about how I ran my salon. I was professional. I speak when people walk in. I seem like I love what I do. Well, I did, but to them it was like, we come in, you greet us, and you so happy, and I'll give great conversation. It was like you could teach this to others. Like everybody always complained about how us colored nail techs or blacks, whatever we called ourselves, we wasn't given that. Like, because we have to do another bar as far as, because you go in that salon, they don't speak either, but we won't talk about that. But because it's us, we have to be excellent, extra, right? And
Right.
so because I've always just kind of like felt like that was my character as a nail professional. They felt like I could teach it. So that's kind of like what started Nail Chick Night, just the realizing that the same side of town didn't know each other, as well as knowing that I could bring something to the table. So I started doing monthly classes, free classes at the library. Ladosha taught us a class about teamwork. That's what she taught us.
Yeah, I
And then,
met some wonderful people that I love that. Yes, 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 yes.
so she taught one of my first classes, and yep. So that's how I got into it.
All right. Okay. So now we have a little background about Tiffany. What I would like to ask both of you, because sure you are along the same realms, though it's not into nails. Can we help professionals understand the process of what is it really like to find a mentor? Because like when we go to like sometimes I'll go to cosmetology schools or I go to hair salons and hair shows and I'll meet people and they feel like they don't need a mentor or they don't really know how to approach a person to, ask them to assist them. So, Shirley, your professional opinion, let's help our licensed professionals in the industry. Give them a little background or behind the scenes of how do approach someone that you want them to be your mentor. So Cheryl, you go first, and then Tiffany, if you can also give some advice to other professionals about how to find a mentor.
I don't know necessarily how, but I will say that we have a lot of misconceptions
Okay.
about what a mentor is to do
Okay.
or what a mentor is for. And I think that gets in our head. And so it becomes, and two, we do have social challenges because we think because we're supposed to put our nose to the ground, and grind. And so we're social beings, and this industry is a social industry. And so we have to become social even with each other. And like Tiffany said, it presents us a problem because if we don't know who's down the street and up the street and back of the street or just in the county and at the end of the day. But I do believe that we misunderstand what mentor is. And so when we can get that conception and then just the perception, right, of what a mentor does, it should be quite easy because mentors do not, kind of see into the fact that you don't know anything. They really actually find what you do know and make that better,
Yeah.
and how many times have we discussed that we think that mentors are experts, and most times they are. But experts always don't ever say, I have the answer, I know everything. And so I think that that's intimidating in and of itself because we think mentors are always supposed to know. They don't know. They just are able, a little more experience in heading and pointing you in the right direction. And that encouragement and closeness is probably more powerful than just the fact of what they can tell you, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. All right. Okay. So now you got a little glimpse into what a mentor is and what some can and cannot do. Tiffany, let's help the professionals out in our industry. When you talk about you got a mentor and so on and so forth, and I'll share my experience in finding a mentor as well.
I think the mentors that I found, and it's not always just the beauty professional, right? I found mentors in some of the other type of businesses, and I've reached out to them. As far as like if I saw them branding better, they help. Okay, so I feel like a mentor, in agreement with what Cheryl said, she said basically summed it up. But I feel like in order to find a mentor, you have to be it's a what's that called? It's reciprocity, right?
Okay.
Because you gotta be willing to be open to hearing the information, right? And it's really like an iron sharpen iron. I really feel like it's not a gimme, walk me across. I really feel like I could bring something to this, but for you bringing me across the bridge. I think it's kind of like, I think all the mentors that I follow now that I'm older, the ones that I feel like are my mentors are people that would take me to a next level, or somebody that I wouldn't mind living their life. Well, I don't like living nobody's life, but like now,
right. I got you.
Well, like I like this one chick, you know, I'm in her community. She has like 3 locations. Like I've never had 3.
Right.
So I don't want her business, but I'm like, okay, well, how do I get 3? You get where I'm
Right.
coming?
I got you.
So,
Yeah.
you know, I look at it now like somebody that's doing something that I need to attain or something that I is one of my goals, but it's still reciprocity. I think
Okay.
that we used to be more I don't want to call it thorough, but we used to be more just more of a whole being. So if I approach you and try to get you to be my mentor, I have something in me that I can help get to you too.
Right.
And I think that's where people should start looking when they want to look for a mentor. It's some things that you could share with that mentor as well. If
Right.
you have
It is.
if you have
Yeah.
access.
Like you said, it's reciprocity. I know for me, mentoring, I would agree with Cheryl, and it's just that iron sharpens iron. And so if you want to level your professionalism up, whatever acumen you have, or you want to level it up, or you want to get another view or angle on it, a mentor will definitely help you and keep you focused, and they will also hold you accountable, because you guys are sharing things, and they want to see you succeed. And I always ask people that question, like I'll start it off like, remember when we used to work at Beachbrook? We would have those handouts to do like group discussions, and they had a question, and it said people genuinely, and then you got to finish the question, right? Finish the sentence. And so people would say, genuine crabs in a bucket, they're haters. People don't say the really nice things, but I would say, becoming an entrepreneur, one thing that I have truly learned about people is that they genuinely want to see you succeed. And so mentors are those people that genuinely, authentically, they want to see you succeed. And this is why we have the Afro Hair Science YouTube channel. Our virtual de facto producer just dropped in. Let's give it up. We got to give it up for Miss Esther. Come on, y'all, put them hand clap emojis for Esther. All right. I love when Esther comes through. How do we come up with the ideal of bringing people on to help broaden the discussion? It would be this
because of Miss Esther.
Esther said, "You know what? You and Cheryl up here going off, but y'all need to have some other people on here. I like to tell that story because it's just what Tiffany just said. It's reciprocity. We got to be open. We got to listen. And so, Esther, every time you come through, I will always take a moment out to let people know that this is how it goes down. All right. So let's move this interview on just a little bit more. Again, we're talking about, is your nail salon putting you at risk? So now that we understand you have some years of experience, you like to help, you like to learn, you like to be a trendsetter. Let's start off with a safe salon, okay? A safe nail salon. So the first thing people always want to know is it clean? So I'm going to show a video clip that just kind of captures what clean is so that people can know what to look for. And also, now remember this particular podcast is for licensed professionals. So if you have any questions, you want clarification, you thought it went one way, it was another, now is the time to do it. Also, remember, here in the United States, every state has their own set of rules and regulations. So what might be happening in California may not happen in Ohio. So we just want to make sure that we also, make that clear. Okay. So I'm going to show the first clip, Tiffany, because that's something that people always want to know is, how do I know if my nail tech is being clean or not? Besides the go in the back and wash your hands. Okay. So here's a video that talks about sanitation and cleansing, and we're going to start right at the beginning. Okay, here we go.
This is how I disinfect and sanitize my tools to prepare for clients. So the first thing that I do is prepare my barbicide solution, and I use 16 ounces of water to 1 ounce of barbicide, and yes, I use a shot glass to measure because it's 1 ounce. So these are my dirty tools. So the first step is to sanitize your tools, and I just use this little brush and soap and water and clean them really well. Then I put them into my barbicide solution and let my tools sit for about 10 minutes. And so after 10 minutes, you can take them out, and I like to pat them dry. And this last step that I do is optional, but I like to pack them in sterilization packs. And I put a cuticle pusher, a nipper, and a nail clipper in each, and then I just seal them shut, and I have them prepared for my clients for the next day.
Great. So she was like, she was pretty thorough. All right, okay. So what are some of the things that nail techs should be doing? And we can start off. I know y'all like we know it already, but again, we want to make sure like Cheryl said,
Right.
off the top of our. So what is cleansing, disinfecting, sanitation? Because remember, we also have aficionados in the chat who may not know the difference. So she had her barber side because some people, honestly, people use Windex instead of barbicide. Oh yeah, honestly, some strange for some change now. So let's talk about cleansing, disinfecting, sanitize. What's the steps and why are they important, and how does that keep the salon safe? Because again, the topic is about, is your nail salon putting you at risk? And so we want these nail techs to understand that public safety and sanitation, that is our priority one goal in our industry.
Right. So the first thing is I've noticed that some people that go to nail salons, they're afraid to communicate when they see that it's not sanitary. So a safe salon, you're like, I tell people that have sat in my chair that have come from damaged salons, right? I tell them, if you talk to your nail professional and they get offended, if you're talking about safety and cleaning and sanitation, don't ever go back there. Because a lot of nail salons I have heard of have they don't let that be a language, and it should definitely be a language. If I see that you're doing my feet and that file looks like it's been used already, and I ask you, I should be able to say, hey, could you get a new one, right?
Yes.
And so, or if I saw that somebody else was sitting in that chair prior to me getting in it, I should be able to comfortably say, could you properly clean it, and not just sit there and squirm while you're doing my feet knowing that this thing is not clean. And so that's the first thing.
Now let me can I interject, because sometimes like in our salon, we spray after every person. Now, to the professionals out there, some customers actually get offended and think that you're implying. So can you just kind of, work that in reverse? How do professionals deal with customers who don't know that these are laws and rules that we're supposed to do this, and they don't know? Because, I'm telling you, Chrissy's in the chat. Well, Tiffany, you work with us. You've seen some people. I mean, we spray the whole chair down. We wipe the armrest and the neck, and they think we're trying to be funny. So talk about that and why that, expound on that a little bit more.
I just feel like people are not used to that. They're not used to that level of excellence, because that's a level of excellence. And so if you are cleaning and you're offended that I'm cleaning after somebody else before you sit down, that sounds like that person has never been treated excellently in the beauty industry. Because that should just be a necessary step. So, like I say, safe is being able to communicate. Because I know at your salon, Ladosha, you talk to your clients, like you communicate, you teach, like it's a whole experience. So, like I don't even know why somebody would get offended in your environment, because I know somebody probably like, well, let me clean this before you sit down. Like I know how you all get down, but I just feel like I say, I just feel like some people just feel like I wouldn't get offended. So I'm trying to figure out a way to answer this question. Like I'm really impressed. I'm like, okay, they don't play up in here.
But some people do. I mean, the what I could think of the most is during the pandemic.
Yeah.
There were, you know what I'm saying, Cheryl, and you guys can go ahead on and jump in the chat. During the pandemic, the beauty industry was very, very, very upset with state officials who wanted to close the industry down to curb the spread. For the life of me, I couldn't understand why some salon owners would not fall back and allow the government to, kind of steer this, because there are people, because what we think is clean, another person does not think is clean. And people did not believe the virus was real, even though when you go into the ladies' bathroom or just drive through any neighborhood, humans are not very, we're not always clean people. And so that's what I'm really speaking to, because some
Yeah.
people, they didn't want to do the mask, they had like nasty attitudes, and in our industry, public safety is priority one. And so that's kind of where I was going with that. People were really, you know what I'm saying, Cheryl? That people were upset about, closing it down. I thought it was a good idea. I thought it was good that we forfeit our gloves and our masks because the hospitals needed them most. But people in the hair salons, sure, you want to add some more to that?
You know, one thing that we have not done as an industry, we have not probably upgraded our education, sanitation, sanitization, disinfectant versus sterilization. We have not improved our education on that. And there has been more technology that has improved this process since all of us probably went to beauty school. And we probably have not probed the industry to tell us more. We have just relied on, I think, the worst, in my opinion, disinfectant company in the industry called Barbicide. It is not a very good choice. They just have enjoyed a monopoly. We have not forced them to change. But we have not caught up. We don't go to shows that make the hardware and the technology to invite them to give us better choices, and to actually, we are not even leading to push them to give us what we need. It would make our craft and our careers better and safer to make sure. And our industry was not educated on why we were so hit by the pandemic, because we use a lot of water, and water was the carrier for viruses. And so
Yeah, I,
we were ill repaired educationally
I
to.
would agree. I mean, people were just funny. I have went to Mexico, and I
Mm,
met a young lady from China. So
mm,
they were ahead of us. Remember that, Tiffany?
Mm-hmm.
mm.
They were ahead. And so she was actually giving us intel. Like, she told us about the mask that you could just stick on your face. So we knew like where to get them from. Like, we were like really ahead of the curve. But
We
you're
were,
right. Yeah.
yeah. We have not
Uh,
improved it at all. We have
right.
just
Yeah.
said,
So
because
that's kind of,
just think about it. Not only do we use a lot of water, we use a lot of things that are water carrying and water loving, right? And then we did have aquifers in our air conditioning. So we had a triple exposure. But we need to be, obviously, what we're talking about tonight. And I don't think most people talk about how to deal with a industry that uses a lot of water.
hmm. And as you can see, Tiffany, Real Roots from South Carolina, she said that she has experience where customers, get upset too when
Mm,
it comes to that cleaning thing, because again, uh, aside from just the aesthetics of cleaning, can you just go a little bit more into detail about why that meticulousness to making sure that everything is so pristine and everything is just so clean,
yeah.
damn near clinical, pretty much clinical? They don't kind of see it like that, but why is that really important beyond the obvious in your professional opinion?
Well, it prevents bacteria, it prevents infections, it prevents it basically it prevents those things. And
Hmm.
so that's really important. Like
But
I
people don't believe that you can get something from a little nipper or, a little unclean, pedicure station. And what do you say to that when they're like, it ain't that serious?
well, I just think that, like I say, you have to educate your customers and you have to explain to them the level that you're on. You get where I'm coming from. You have to bring them up to the excellent level that you are on. And so if they don't, I think that sometimes, let me tell you something. We attract as we are, right?
Okay, she
So if
went
I'm,
there.
so if I'm on the level that this is what the level is, you might come once or twice, but you're gonna drop off. Because if you don't believe in cleaning and we clean it up and we sanitize and we disinfecting here, then I just feel like at some point you might go ahead and go somewhere else. You get around, which is a good thing, because if I feel like as listen, we in this industry to feel good, we in this industry to be healthier, to look healthier. So we have to understand that starts with as soon as you walk in the door of a salon. If
Right.
not,
So yeah. So guys, make sure that you as a professional that you are being welcoming and allow that customer, just in case, because life happens. You forget to put the white strip around and that. Oh, my bag. I'm sorry. Sometimes the person sit down. Oh shit, I forgot the cake. I mean, life happens. And Tiffany is saying, be open, let the customer guide you back into it. And also remember, post your state board rules up, because a lot of people, like she said, they just don't know. I always show them the state board rules, because I will tell them, actually, it's the law. It's the law that we have to have hand soap in the bathroom with a trash receptacle. That is, if you go into a nail salon and they don't have the trash can in the bathroom, you probably just want to, like Tiffany said, you know what?
There
Give
are
me the
rules
money.
and regs.
Go.
Yeah, absolutely. There's violations, there's rules, there's standards, and we got to buy them in I mean, actually very tightly, actually.
Yeah. Can you talk about abide by them? Talk about those state boards when they come in. Just a little bit. What would state board be looking in when they come into the salons? And they're not just looking for our license to make sure we're legit. What else? Just give them like two things that the state is looking for when they come in and inspect our salons. Just people don't think that the state board comes in, but they do come and check us out. So
Yeah,
clear that up, Tiffany.
they looking for the same as the Food and Drug Administration to give you your A, B, C, or D downgrade. They're looking for violations so they can write you a violation so you can cut them a check. The same thing about a parking violation.
All right, Tiffany.
But go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say, Tiffany, add to that.
okay,
Because people don't think state board comes through, but they do. So help them out.
So they look for, like you say, they look for us to see if we're licensed, and they want to see if everybody's licensed that's working. And then the second thing is they start looking at cleanliness, disinfectant, like how you storing your tools. I mean, they get straight into it. Let me see inside your drawers. I mean, they come straight in, they get straight to it.
They
So
going to the back. They gonna check that water.
they're gonna
They
go and
gonna check.
they're gonna check your barber side. You so right about that. I forgot about that. They're gonna check your barber side, make sure it's not no debris inside of it, and they're gonna make you tighten it up.
Yeah.
So it's really important.
Right. And it's for the public safety. Sure, you were gonna add something to that?
No.
Now go ahead. Come on now. Go ahead. That's what we're here for. Come on. Ain't nobody scared. Come on now.
No. She's absolutely correct. They are there to intimidate you into proper behavior that you did learn in your training. That's no doubt about it, right?
Because I think that's probably one of the biggest myths about the barber and beauty industry that people don't understand. We don't go to school to do nails. We go to school, and Cheryl said this over and over again. They train us to be safe when they don't teach us exactly how. We get some instruction, right, Tiffany? But for the most part, their thing is, okay, you can do that. You might be the best nail artist. You might do some cold-blooded, make the foot nice like butter. But can you do it in a manner that doesn't spread communicable infections
and let me just say this, because I know that at the state board level, they improve on trendy inclusionary stuff like textured hair and braids and locks and weaves. They ain't changed them sanitation rules and laws in 50, 60 years. And since 50 and 60 years, we have SARS. We have had flu, influenza. We have had other, and just think, they have not improved the measures or even require that the industry even give us anything that counteracts much more as at the level of the CDC. But I do, well, since we're just talking, but they do give you this at least a standard of cleanliness and sanitation. But we are behind as an industry to fight some of the new pathogens and viruses and bacteria that are now out, because we're dealing with a training that is 20th century. We've got things that are now in the 21st century that are not included into the same requirements, like barbicide. Barbicide is 65, 70 years old. You know
And what's an alternative? What's an alternative to barbicide? You said that quite a few times.
Well, barbicide, which if germs hide and bacteria and viruses hide in water, which made them make you cover your mouth because water and saliva comes out of your mouth, then that means that those particular viruses and bacteria and pathogens can hide in actual barbicide.
But what's the alternative? That's what I'm saying.
The alternative is for us to have a conference and other things that the industry invite us to understand how steam, a combination of steam, a combination of air, as in heat, and we have autoclaves and other types of ways in laser and other technologies to fight off the pathogen that would present
other methodologies than just water
of COVID and things that's going to shut our business down. So that means that we need to be at that level in terms of what we are talking about. But also there are some suggestions that can come from a person like Tiffany. They're just not, we're not included into the conversation. And that's why I find it kind of funny when we talk about state board, because they're not engaging at all.
Yeah. But they are out there. The level of engagement that each state has them
need to push the envelope, because you need nail text. When you have the nail text unite, you're the lobby group that pushes the envelope for us to be able to be ready when we need to protect ourselves and the public.
Right. Okay. All right. So here's our next video. Now this comes up a lot. Is why do y'all wear them gloves when y'all doing pedicures and manicures? What's up with them gloves? People can't stand put them gloves on. So here's this video. I'm gonna show us about 2 minutes, but I'm gonna let it play a little bit because people do not. I mean, even with why you got to put gloves on. So Tiffany, let's hear your take on the gloves. All right, here we go.
Let's talk about gloves again during pedicures. And if this makes you feel uncomfortable, this video is definitely for you. Your skin condition or whatever's going on with you is not more important than your client's safety. If gloves cause your hands to have some sort of reaction, find a workaround or don't do them. Because not wearing gloves during a pedicure isn't some sort of discernment call. It's a liability. If a tech can't wear gloves during a pedicure, perhaps you need to decide whether you should be offering that type of service. You don't skip.
All right. So, gloves or no gloves? Because people, like we shampoo hair, you know, why y'all got to put them gloves on? Okay, you're on mute.
Well, you know, I don't think I can say this.
Oh,
so it's a little tough now, you know.
I'm not a favor. Okay, so every time I have a client comes and sit in my chair, I make them wash their hands with an antibacterial soap, right? And so after I properly have them clean their hands, and I know what clean hands feel like because my hands are clean the majority of the day. So I know I can touch a person's somebody. I can barely touch your hand. I could touch the corner of your hand and can tell if you washed them because I do this so much. And so I just feel like with hands, I like to touch skin. Okay. But with feet, I do agree that you should wear some gloves. Now let's take this to another level. Because if you wearing gloves, and that's fine, it's safety. Because I don't have a yes or no as far as how I feel.
So
But
is glove wearing new? Because a lot of people are offended that you wear gloves, during a pedicure. So is this a new thing, or like
well,
why are?
Well, that's why I feel like I'm teeter-tottering because I mean I worked 14 years in the industry before I even wore gloves doing feet, and I feel like touch is what helps the massage. It helps the whole experience, and so even with a manicure, like I would rather I get it, but I would rather you touch me with your hands when you massaging me because it's therapeutic, it's spiritual, it's a whole lot of things that you can't get with gloves on. But I just feel like if you properly have cleaned the hands and the feet prior to touching them, then that means they're clean, right? It's the
Mhm.
same like if you go to a restaurant and they have silverware and you trust that they clean the silverware, you don't need a glove on the fork to eat it. You're assuming that this is clean. So I guess I'm kind of like, I feel like gloves is necessary if that's what you feel like is important. I do wear gloves, like I say, but toward the massage portion, I tend to take my gloves off because I just feel like now I have basically cleaned your feet. I have scrubbed them. I have, I've washed them 3 or 4 times. So now I know your feet are clean. But
Right.
okay, let's go back though. So you're part of being safe is properly assessing the feet and the hands. You hear where I'm coming from? So I guess I'm not understanding that video because I feel like if you're wearing the gloves the whole time, do you feel like these feet or these hands are not have infection? I'm just trying to understand why would it be important to actually wear the gloves the full service.
Oh,
You hear where I'm coming
okay.
from?
All right,
It's
chat.
not.
Do you want your nail tech to wear the gloves through the full service? Or like Tiffany said, once they got you all cleaned and the feet is prepped and they done soaked you and scrubbed you and got your cuticle toe jams all fixed up, can they take the gloves off and give you a magnificent foot massage? Now, I'm going to show you a person here that I love. This my mentor introduced me to this young man who does pedicures, and I like to describe him as the holy grail of manicurists and pedicurists. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm going to show you him, and I don't know, sure, maybe you have heard of him, but he's kind of along the lines where Tiffany is. And let me see if I can find him. Here he is, right here. Oh no, that ain't it. Oh, there you go. All right, here he is, right here. Okay, let me see if I can share. There he is. Okay. His name is Bastian Gonzalez. And Bastian Gonzalez is a manicurist, out of London and Paris. And so but he doesn't polish toes. He doesn't polish toenails. And so he is about these that nail care is art. And Tiffany, when I learned about this man and I met you and I saw what you do, I put you and him like together because you're one of those nail technicians that your care is your art. So can you speak to the everybody in the chat and people who might be watching Post Live? How can caring for nails be art when there's so much gels and bling bling and hoops and chromes, and how can nail care be an art in your professional opinion?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, part of being an artist is the foundation, right? And so, and you told me about him before. I remember you told me about him. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so I do agree with how he practices speak, and I love when you told me his story because the story always motivates me. But I do feel like part of art is the foundation. Every part of nails, there's a foundation to it, and so the foundation is really the important part. Granted, when you leave, they could be shiny, they could be perfect, they could be, arted, they could be bling on. But what did they do in the foundation? How did they prepare your nails for the finish? And I think that's where people should they should pay attention to those things, because on many levels, not just for the sanitizing and being safe, but just more or less that the final product does not even last longer if the foundation is not right. Okay. And so I guess if anybody could leave with something that I've said, I feel like if you're going to get your nails done and your nails are damaged, I feel like you should take a break, because your foundation should be healthy regardless of what you put on your nails.
Oh, but that's so boring. I want to, do something creative. So, and a lot of people see caring as it's boring. It doesn't have a lot of flair. And you're saying if they see something in the nail, then you're going to encourage that customer to fall back. But there's no creativity. And what do you say to some of the nail techs who, they struggle, with, I do care, but I got to get this money, Tiffany. So.
Well, I think that lacks integrity and very unprofessional. And I just believe that our personal obligation as a licensed professional should to be honest, and we should teach people, and we should explain things to clients. And I think that it's a lack of that in this industry. And I don't know if it's because we're not educated to be able to communicate this way, but it's really not hard. It's never been hard for me. Honestly, people appreciate when I'm teaching them and explaining things to them. I know so much that they tell me situations, and I could break it down 3 different ways to make them feel better about their last experience. And so as a professional, that's part of being safe too, just being able to explain it all and get you to understand it, And so I just feel like I said, that's Black's integrity. If you put nails on damaged nails just to be put nail art on it, that's lack of integrity.
So with that being said, that's a perfect segue into these images. And this is a result of, and this is why I was kind of building up to that. So this is Auntie who went to a nail place, and she had something on the nail, but they proceeded with the nail anyway. So here's now let me do a warning, okay? Warning. If you have a weak stomach, close your eyes. We're just trying to get you guys to see the importance of integrity and why nail care is an art. So she went to the nail place. She had something on the nail. They proceeded to provide her with the service anyway. So I'm going to take you through a progression, and you could just talk about some of the dangers. Now, this is an extreme case, but I just want to say again, warning. This is a real person, our dear, Salon Auntie. Okay. So here is the beginning of the procession of the fun, what happened at the nail place. Okay. She went home, and, she kind of felt something like, oh, my finger was sore. And before she knew it, it was like really hurting, and she had bandaged it up. And when she took it off, this is what happened. And she was, getting sick. And so as time, proceeded to go on, here we go again. So as you can see here now, she has lost the finger, and you can even see how the nails were new. You see how the Tiffany, the nail was kind of freshly done. It's not like it has grown out so much, but this was a very unfortunate case. And again, this is why nail care truly is an art. Again, this is not, you got a weak stomach, but we just want to show you guys why people like Tiffany is really, really important. As she just said, ethics is the key word here. So here again, just the progression of them trying to save her hand at this point. And so it's a little bit more, again, very aggressive here. Just really all because this person did not do what Tiffany talked about. And I know Sherry's in the chat saying, gotta have the standards. And thank you so much, Sherry. You gotta have the standards. The doctors did a wonderful job, of course, at saving her hand. Of course, she did lose her finger, but she's back and she's up. And Adam knows she's not doing any nails anymore, and so that's where she is in her final stage of healing. And so, and this is pretty serious. And I asked her, could we share these? And I really wanted, I'm just, again, because I really value you and I know how much you do care. And sometimes, like you said, people get into these spaces and they just want to get to the art and they forget about what's really important. And though this is extreme, these things do happen. Correct, Tiffany?
Yeah, they do.
They do.
I'm deeply disheartened just watching those pictures. I mean, that's really unfortunate.
Yeah. And as you can see, like I said on the don't forget, guys, hit the like button because it gets serious. As a matter of fact, I see you, Cheryl. Let's do it right quick. We're gonna remind you guys to hit the thumbs up button because the conversation is getting serious, just so you guys can see why it's important to have someone like Tiffany on. We do have standards in our industry, so let's take a moment out right now and let's help change the narrative and understand, why, as we answer the question, is your nail salon putting you at risk, with our wonderful host, Miss Tiffany Jones, the founder of Nail Techs Unite. Here we go, guys. Yeah, so so her finger, like I said, she went that nail, and it's funny because when she was at the salon the last time she was getting her nails done, and her cousin was like, girl, stop going to them places, you need to find somebody that's, she says, oh, I'm just gonna get my nails done right quick. People travel from out of town, they're gonna get their nails done right quick. Now, of course, like we said, this is the extreme. Okay, this is not the norm. But again, as I show you the picture, so let's talk about some early signs of what you see that would make you say, I'm not going to do this person's nail. Whereas this technician, went on ahead and decided to do it anyway.
So some of the first signs would be like, I don't know if her skin is dry. Nails adhere different when your skin is oily versus dry skin. That's one of the first things I would pay attention. The second thing is, did she have any open sores, or if it's something that you're supposed to do when you cut somebody. We could cut you by mistake, right? And so it's a disinfectant step and the sanitation and cleaning steps to meet fixing your wound, if you get right. So we don't know if of course they could have done that as well. But one of the clear signs is when you get any enhancement meaning from polish, base coat to polish, acrylic, gel X, whatever it is, Russian manicure, if it tingles and it hurts, it's always a clear sign that you got to get somewhere to either get it taken off or you need to get to a hospital to get it looked at.
Wow.
Period, point blank. So that's the clear signs from the professional. And so I do want to leave that with the audience, the people that don't really know. If you're going somewhere, you get service, you'll know if you get allergic reaction because it's going to start feeling some kind of way on your hand. It's skin, just like anything else on your skin. If it's on your arm, on your face, you immediately start feeling that something isn't right. So don't ignore it on your fingernails.
Yeah, because here, in the progression of this was that she didn't really realize that she had something going on, and it wasn't until, because she had it wrapped up, right? So it wasn't until she just started what she wasn't feeling, and they actually even told her that had she not came in when she did, she probably would have, unfortunately, she would have expired. And as they began to try to save. They was trying to save the finger, but this infection, as you can see, it was really starting to really get through, work its way, through the hand. So they had to go ahead on and do what they had to do, and get this, get it cleaned out, and so so again, it's just about why care. It is an art to caring, and like you said, when you see something and you're asking the customer, how is your experience? Like you said, if you're tingling, something's burning, these are not good signs when you're getting your nails done. Correct?
No, it's not. And like I said earlier, communication is key. So she should have felt comfortable enough to go back initially when she felt like something was wrong. She should have been comfortable enough to go back and say, "Hey, I got this going on," and they should have been comfortable enough to say, you know, how they can handle it from a professional standpoint, or if they feel like they needed to send to a hospital or whatever the case may be. But that has to be there. Like, I don't feel like I feel like if you go anywhere to get your nails cared for, if you don't have that type of communication, you don't need to go there. That's just how I feel.
Okay.
Because
All right.
my customers, I've had people break a nail. I mean, they text me in the middle of the night. I had to put boundaries up, like, "Hey, I broke this," and I've had people, have had people have allergic reaction, and they'll call me the next day, "Hey, this is what's going on." I say, "Okay, you need to immediately come back. Let's get this off." You get where I'm coming from. So it's not, I've been in this industry 29 years. It's not that I've never seen people have allergic reactions or those type of things. Never to this capacity, but they're comfortable enough to contact me because they know I do care. I think as a professional, you should know that professional cares for your nails.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's not about
Shirley,
the beauty.
did you want to go ahead?
Let me,
Add anything to
and let me
caring
just,
as an art? Yeah.
and let me just say this. I'm not sure here again, because I think that it is a problem across so many responsibilities of our industry, because I don't think nail techs, and I know we can blame that, but that looks like a muscle skeletal issue, and that it looks like it was beyond pedicure. But for the pedicure, I mean, for the manicure industry, there's an upgrade here, and it's called mani and pedis. And so what you do is, and unfortunately, cosmetology and nail cosmetology does not give these extra skills, because this is our equivalent of trichology in the hair world. And so there is a medical grade education for manicurists and pedicurists, and I don't know why they don't offer it in terms of a upgrade, but it is a such thing. But and also let me just add, in terms of that particular, and I would agree, Tiffany, she knew, and I don't think that we don't teach the cuticle keratin bed of cuticle, the bed. We don't teach that really, and really hit that with manicurists and pedicurists.
All right. Let me show a video on that. Here we go. This is the hot thing. The Russian manicure pedicures. Man, they asking for this thing like Natty going north. Here we go, guys. Again, drop your questions in the chat. Again, we are interviewing Miss Tiffany Jones, founder of Nail Techs Unite. She's also a licensed nail technician and educator. Here we go. The Russian pedicure.
The Russian pedicure isn't just nail care, it's an art. Let's break down its secrets. Unlike a regular pedicure, the Russian technique is done dry, no soaking involved. Special electric nail beads are used to precisely and deeply clean the cuticle and nail plate. The result? Unmatched smoothness, perfectly shaped nails, and a long-lasting finish that stays flawless for weeks. Curious to try it? Just DM me.
All right, that ain't gonna cut them cuticles. Something like that.
You know, when I first saw that service, I was like, ain't no way.
Can we drop the bomb on? Hold on, let me do this. Can I let her? Can I use yours right quick? Right? Cheryl gave me permission. She said, ain't no way. Y'all know what that means, right?
Stop. Hammer time.
Hey!
Well, explain why.
Well, that skin is supposed to be there for protection. So because I saw a girl on Instagram and I think I'm gonna take her class just because I want to know, right? Because I know that it's popular, so I need to educate myself on trying to figure out why like.
And I actually like it for a couple of reasons. Why? Because pathogens infect through liquid, and pathogens are actually. I don't like a lot of water in public places because that is where germs and pathogens and bacteria hide and viruses hide in water. That's one of the reasons why cosmetology does not like people that are unlicensed dealing with shampooing or water, because water is the issue when it comes to how germs become either airborne. Air or water is like really dangerous. But I was just curious about why you don't like it.
I don't think you're supposed to be messing with them cuticles either. That's a no.
Yeah.
Cuticle to me is to your nails, to what your scalp is to your hair. I mean, don't no.
Why?
Because well, you opening the up, you're putting yourself at risk because it's microscopic. I'm just not, if it's not dead, and that's just,
well, it tears just like your fingernail tears.
yeah. If it's up, you got an epinicium, the whole thing, something that's just up and raised. Yeah, you can definitely remove it, but just be honest, y'all. It's skin, so when it comes back in,
it grows back. That's the point.
Yeah, but the grow back is just trifling. Them cuticles is just no, ma'am.
Don't they train you? Isn't that the process of training you?
Yeah, but you're at home. I mean, when you cut that cuticle back, it's growing back, and it's a money grab out of this world. And not only that, if you ain't keep going back to keep getting the cuticle cut and cared for, I don't know.
It's part of the cosmetic look. Why aren't you guys trained to know how to do that?
Well, this is the thing. I do agree with you about the water. I like that about it, is that it's not water. I know some nail professionals that don't even cut cuticles and get that same look. Like I know Brittany, she does not even cut cuticles and she gets that same look. So after I saw her technique, right? Okay, Ladosha. After I saw the technique of her not cutting cuticles,
you guys. Okay, I'm sorry, but the reason for not cutting them is because
the cuticle serves a purpose for the nail. It's not aesthetic. Yeah,
let's talk about this. If we are,
y'all think that cuticle protects something from going in?
Well, let me ask you this. Now, this is where we can start this. We all agree that sanitizing, disinfectant is an issue. Right? Having more than 3 implements is an issue. We should have 6 to 7 sets of implements, if not more, right?
And you are trained on all 3 of them, or 5 of them, 6 of them, 800, whatever. You're all trained on it as because you cutting just like a cosmetic surgeon would be cutting.
That's if they're cutting often. I mean, how you have to master that. That's something that you have to master to be able to cut that skin off, especially with scissors. That's
so you right. So you said, go ahead.
That's a skill.
Exactly.
I'm not
Right.
against the Russian manicure. I think it's beautiful, but that takes a skill that a lot of us don't get in nail school. And
Mm.
it takes years of experience in doing people over and over and over to master that type of skill.
And I just find that again with because they're trending services, and we do know that the cuticle is responsible for that, how the nail actually grows, and when you're cutting that, you're impeding, how what contributes to the actual nail growing, particularly, how people are using their hands, and like I said, to me, once you start cutting on that cuticle and it's coming back in, I'm seeing some nail. I think it compromises the integrity of the nail itself, because it's supposed to be there to help, you know, with the growth of the nail. Like I said, I just
You
you
do
can push it
recognize
back.
the nail bed is the nail bed, and the cuticle is not part of the nail bed. It's part of the skin, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. But it contributes. So, but like she said, it ain't illegal. That's your thing. That's what you like. You know. Um, so if you like the Russian pedicure, go for it. But I think that
So cutting
and
cuticles is actually belongs to a specific type of manicure.
you're not
I
supposed to
didn't know
cut the
that.
cuticle unless
Where is that? I never heard of that.
yeah, but they
Wait,
uh,
wait, what are we
mm.
asking? Because I not so you saying that it shouldn't belong to a certain
No,
uh
no, no. They've been doing it for centuries. I'm trying to get how did it get attached to just the Russian?
now that part I do not know, but maybe it's because they mastered it. I mean, maybe that's what it was. They mastered it in Russia. I have no idea. You get where I'm coming from? It's just like
Mhm.
Asians or people in China. We know their work ethic is a lot different than people in America. So I don't know what Russian work ethic is. Maybe they mastered it in Russia. I don't know why it's called Russian manicure. Like I say, I
Mm.
have
Right, right, right. Okay, well then maybe that's the issue for
yeah.
me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did
That's
that
yeah,
particular?
I know that the cuticle, like I said, it also helps, to keep, bacteria and all that stuff from getting down into your, skin. It has a purpose. It's not just, So I agree with you, Esther. Don't be leave them cuticles alone unless they're highly, highly skilled and you can afford to go and make sure you keep that properly, maintained and managed and so on and what have you and whatnot. It ain't for the faint of heart, and if you're on the budget, leave that stuff alone. Okay. Last but not least, is what Cheryl talked about is your medical pedicures. As we wrap this up, here we go. This is the last one. I mean, waterless. I'm sorry, waterless pedicures. Here we go.
We do wet pedicures, we do dry pedicures. It's the most hygienic, safest way to treat the feet. And our signature lotion. We don't do aesthetic pedicure, we do a medical pedicure. So whatever is dead, we need to clean the problem area. This is a perfect environment for the bacteria to breed. So what we're going to do now, we will open this area, clean it, disinfect and protect from the bacteria to breed. The next step is we're preparing the cuticle.
All right. So dry pedicures are the thing because they're most hygienic. I remember when I first learned about the no soak pedicures. I was like, oh my gosh, really impressive.
No water.
Yeah. So the no soak, no water manicure, pedicures are the thing. What's your take on no soak manicures and pedicures? You like them, or what's your take on those?
Yeah, I do like them. I
Okay.
like them, and it's just as healthy. I think, if not healthier. I do like those. I do.
Okay. So if you've never tried or you've never offered your clients a no soak manicure pedicure service, it is definitely a wonderful. I do find that the polish and everything, lasts longer, and the feet is a lot smoother. I do find that with the water, but it's a different experience. You could do either, or some people need to get in the water though. I ain't gonna lie. It just depends on now. Like, oh, hold on now, we gotta get that on there, But remember, pedicures and manicures are like teeth and hair and skin. You want to, maintain your nail care and your feet care. Can you talk about? Because some people are like, I don't get my nails done, and I don't like fingernail polish, but they're always complaining that their nails are cracking. So let's help the novice out with why manicures and pedicures can be helpful to your nails, even if you're not prissy, because they think manicures and pedicures are for prissy girls
Goodness.
and guys. Yeah, what they call them, metrosexuals, that kind of stuff.
I think that I believe that manicures and pedicures is basically a maintenance, right?
Here's some of Tiffany's work as she talks.
Yeah, it's a maintenance of your nail care, and I don't think that everybody needs it. But I do believe that if you don't get it professionally done, there's some things at home that you could do to keep your nails healthy. I do believe that what they do, one of the benefits of a manicure is it helps your nails grow. If they're properly cared for during your manicure service, it promotes growth. Because of the stimulation of rubbing the cuticles and filing the nail, it could also help them become stronger if they're properly cared for when they're manicured. It gives it some strength, and so those are the benefits. Even with the feet, those are the benefits. When you start adding enhancement, it's a little different, but yeah.
Yeah, those are some beautiful nails and some beautiful cuticles. Yep. This right here, woo, child, look at that. Is that sure you like that?
I love
that's
that.
A bad. I mean, good. That's
love
a
it.
freaking.
Let me ask you.
Boy, I need to come to you right now.
Let me ask both of you guys a question. What do you guys? Which one do you guys think is cleaner, hands or feet?
Feet.
Yeah, feet.
Yeah. And it's so funny because people want to put on gloves just to do feet. But people don't realize that, and people assume that people wash their hands more often than their feet. People that do not have good hand washing behavior. Mm-hmm. But yeah, people do it.
Yeah.
Feet are only socks. Yeah. Unless you go to the gym.
Yeah, some feet can just. What's up, Shakespeare? It's so nice to see you in the chat. All right, we have some wonderful people. I'm with you, Wike. That Tiffany is a bad mama jamma. When it comes to them, this girl, she's good. Yeah, she's good. Look at that. I mean, that's
that's my next color.
There. Oh yeah, you want that color? Yeah. Oh. Yes. Tiffany supported me too when I had my own nail polish line. She was down for her sister and everything. All right, guys, this has been.
We wait for that line too.
I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to get it back.
Did you notice that the one picture was with your line?
I did. I know, but I was trying to get it to show up, but this download thing, I can't get it to show. I'm like, what's wrong with this thing? But anywho, yeah. So we are so thankful to you for coming on to help us understand, is your nail salon putting you at risk? And so first and foremost, it's really about being able to communicate, why the hygiene and the cleansing and the sanitation and disinfecting is really important. And that, caring is also an art, and that sets the foundation, like you said, for the nails. And if you are a nail professional and you're kind of struggling with some, areas in your career, please reach out to Tiffany. But also replay this and add some of this to your business acumen. And then, of course, there are new techniques, like she said, the Russian manicure, pedicure. But make sure you get training if you are, if that's something you want to try. Don't watch YouTube and try to copy it. Please don't do that. Go somewhere and get yourself some education. Cheryl, she says she absolutely loves it, but she's getting that done by a person who knows exactly what they are doing. And she says, she says, I have in her bathroom one of those spa brushes to clean underneath her nails. She does that every morning and also before she starts preparing dinner. Are you one of those OCD people? So she like to scrub and all that. She like almost like a surgery up in her house. I get you. Yeah, you got them OCD people. All right. Okay. Tiffany, is there anything you want people to know? Like, what's your social media handle? How can people check out some of the wonderful work that you do?
Well, you can follow me on Nail Texture Night. I have nailtexturenight.com, Nail Texture Night on Instagram, Nail Texture Night. Also, I have a group in Facebook. We got hairstylists in here. Share this with some of your cousins or nieces that's doing nails, because we're trying to connect. And also share it with your nail professional. If you're in another city, Nail Texture Night is not just for people in Ohio. It's for nail techs around the world. So that's really
All
what
right,
we
so
do.
make sure y'all get that Nail Text Unite and go check her out. I'm definitely a fan of Tiffany's, and she supports me, and I support her. We got one question for you, right quick before you go. Can press-on nails have the same hygienic issues as acrylics?
Well, what does she mean by hygienic issues? I do not understand why there would be hygienic issues with acrylic.
You know how you get the water gets underneath and you get the fungus. You know how they tell you got to be careful with the acrylics and not get the water trapped and all that other stuff.
Well,
Can that happen? Can that
that can
happen with press-on nails?
happen with acrylics and it can happen with press-ons. And so,
Oh,
I do encourage you that if you have some lifting, if you're getting maintenance every 2 weeks and you have some lifting in the corners, you should make it a point for them to secure that. It's kind of just like I tell people, like if you get some hair glued on, right? And you go back to get it washed in about 2 weeks, are you gonna just let the lifting just be lifting? You know how it lift up? You gonna let that gonna be like, can you secure that? So it's the same with nails. Like your natural nail grows its own way. So when you have when stuff is not adhering up under the nail, that and if your nail professional don't see it, because sometimes the air is humid, you should make a point for them to get up in there, and that's what would make it more secure.
okay.
I love this industry, so it's hard for me to really negate any of the services, because I feel like they all work for different walks of life.
Okay.
Because they're done properly.
Okay. So you can have some issues with those press-on nails. And she said the objective is to make sure that it is nice and secure and that you are taking care of those nails on a bi-weekly basis, especially if you're doing those enhancements. And doesn't matter if they're nail press-on or whatever. Just make sure you're getting that taken care of. Okay. All right. Tiffany, we hope that we can have you come back. It has been absolutely wonderful. It's been
Absolutely.
Y'all hug it out with us. Don't forget, hit that thumbs up button on your way out. I appreciate you very much. Sherry,
Thanks,
it was
Thank you,
so
Miss
nice
Esther.
to play. Miss Sherry Barnwell has a store in Amazon. She is an influencer and she gave me some wonderful goodies for my 25th anniversary. Please go over to her Facebook page. She does these lives. She has some wonderful giveaways. She does like these really cool raffles. And I do her mom's hair, by the way. So check out Miss Sherry Barnwell over on Facebook. And again, her Amazon. So if you could drop your Amazon store in the chat, that way we can all follow you over on Amazon. If you want to do some good shopping, make sure you do that. Free. It was so nice to see you in the chat. Also, Shakespeare, it was good seeing you. Esther, you know we love you. And of course, LB, what are we without you? Also, last but not least, don't forget, check out Real Roots TV every Sunday at 8 o'clock on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram. So check her out. She gets down. She's doing a series right now on children. I am definitely her number one fan. I don't care what show. Her number one fan. Okay. Tiffany, any closing thoughts that you want people to understand about the power of their career as a nail technician when it comes to making sure that their salon is safe and they're growing in their careers?
I just really just encourage people to just keep getting educated. Education is important. Network with other nail professionals. I want that to come back. We should know each other. I should feel comfortable to be able to call you if I feel like you master something a lot better than me. Like, we should be friends. It's kind of like doctors know doctors, beauty hairstylists, nail techs should love each other and know nail techs. And so that's really what I want to leave with. And like I say, most importantly, if you sit in somebody's chair and they can't communicate with you about your nail care, I think you should find you somewhere that'll communicate with you a lot better. And that's how
because there is an art to caring for your feet and your nails. And don't forget, this Sunday, if you are in Cleveland, we will be at Journey Barber School in Maple Heights from 2 to 4 p.m. with DJ Danny on the ones and twos, complimentary snacks. We have some technology that we're going to highlight. And so this is at the Journey Barber School. And if you're interested in becoming a barber and you need some education, then perhaps you want to come over and check out this wonderful learning facility, because the brother got it going on. It's very intimate. It's a very, very nice barber school. So join us this Sunday. All right, Cheryl, anything before we say bye-bye? Thank you so much, Miss Tiffany.
Thank you, Miss Tiffany.
Well, thank you, lady.
All right.
Ladosha know the coolest damn thing.
I'm telling y'all, it's like Rebirth to Slick right here. I told y'all, Tiffany, she like Theo, jamming on the one. Rest in peace, Theo. All right. Okay, guys, Shakespeare, you have a wonderful night. And we thank you guys so much. You know what we said. We're going to be back Monday talking about those lunar haircuts. And we'll be back. We'll wrap up our nails series, right? Because this was our summer series. And so this one was all about nails. We're going to come back with our new nail tech. Her name is Riley. We say Riley, bam, bam. And so Riley is a new nail tech, and she's going to share with us her experiences and her challenges as a new nail technician and what she looks forward to in her career as a nail tech. So if you want to know what it's like just getting your career started, then let's hear from someone who's at the beginning, because we always have an expert, but there's some expertise in being new at something. So let's get ready to meet Miss Riley, and let's support her as she grows in her career as a nail technician. Of course, y'all know I'm going to introduce her to Tiffany. Like, y'all already know. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. You know what we say? We're signing out, right? We're always talking about good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good is better and your better is best. And don't forget, check out Nail Techs Unite on all your social media platforms. And if you want to reach out to Tiffany, hit her up via Facebook. She will help you out, because my career is exponentially better because of Miss Tiffany. I love you, and I can't wait to see you. I'm coming to Atlanta, so you'll be the first person I come and see when I get there.
Okay.
All right, sure. You know I love you too, right?
I love you too.
All right, everybody in the chat, y'all know we love y'all, right?
Hey, love you, Kilo.
All right, y'all have a good night. Tiff, I love you, boo. All right, Deuces over there on Instagram, all right? And see y'all on LinkedIn too. All right, peace out.
Welcome to Planet Pluto.